Hello, everyone. This is Chelsea and Sonica. Welcome back to Armbridge Podcast, where we dismantle the system like the revolutionaries we are, one podcast episode at a time. Today is April 25th, and last week I did a quick bonus episode where I talked about driving, or rather my many driver's tests. And today I also picked a bad time to record because this is like my neighbors bring their dog out at the same time, like every day. So if you hear
Oh, and they're
dog
outside.
noises, that's my neighbors. Yeah.
Okay, it's
Um,
like ambient background noise, I guess.
ambient dog barking.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Um, yeah, but this episode is a pretty big deal because it's not only the end of season two, but also a year since we started the podcast.
Yay! Congratulations to us. And also thank you to everyone that's been listening so far.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm. It is. I can't believe it. Like
There's
you
so
said
much.
1 year and then I was like, wait. It doesn't feel like a year. I mean, that's like the cheesiest thing ever. Everyone
It
says that, but
doesn't.
it genuinely doesn't feel like a year, so go us.
Like, I really wanted to watch the old episodes before recording today, just so we could have so I could at least compare. But I didn't do that, so we're just gonna wing it today, basically.
Nice, yeah. So, I mean, usually, actually, I do listen to some of the older episodes just like every once in a while for fun. And like, I feel like it's the perfect embodiment of like those memes of like the beginning of quarantine versus now. Bro, I don't know about you, but at least me, I was
Mhm.
so full of life. Wow, I had so much energy. And then, like, the more recent the episodes get, the
Yeah,
more I'm like, so this is what we're doing today, and this is what's been happening. And it's just like, I'm just coasting. But
yeah.
I think we've become better as podcasters, at least, technically speaking. I do
Mhm.
think it's gotten better,
That's
but
true.
it's interesting to see
Um,
how everything kind of
it's also like,
evolved, if you will. I don't know. Yeah,
yeah.
so those are my thoughts.
It's kind of hard to like come up with content too because we're like inside all the time.
Yeah, literally. Oh my goodness. But oh well. I feel like, hmm, I don't think ideas have really been an issue. It's more like execution. So I have like a bunch of ideas and then I like sit down to record it. And it's like, wait, this is not how I thought this would go. So it's like that though. Oh well.
Yeah.
But
Um,
yay, happy
I think
1 year.
like
Hmm.
we did that. What was it? We tried to record this episode last week, but both of our Wi-Fi connections were just garbage. Um, but
Yeah.
I remember you said you had like topics you wanted to talk about.
Well, y'all probably can't see my face right now, and that is because I'm vaccinated. Yay! And the reason that has to do with me
Yay.
not showing my face is because I look like a mess right now. Um, it's a fun time. I'm sick because of it, and so my head hurts. I stink. Um, all the lovely little side effects are just hitting me in the face right now. So I that's probably if I sound low energy too, that's also why. But a small price to pay to be able to finally go outside. So I'm not complaining.
Yeah.
Yep.
When I got it, I was like, I don't know. I don't know what I felt. It was a weird sort of emotion because for a long time before that, it was sort of, I don't know, the vaccine kind of seemed like a myth. It was like something that would be so hard to obtain and it would take so long. But
Yeah.
knowing that
Mm-hmm.
I got it was such a big relief. I got the shot and my dad was with me. I was looking at my dad. I was like, "Dad, I got the vaccine." And he was like, "Yeah, okay."
No,
Like,
yeah, I
yeah,
get
but
it. Like
I was just so
I
excited.
was super excited for it too. Because no, as you said, yeah, like when the news first came out about the vaccines and stuff, it didn't seem like it would come out this soon. So I'm really happy that like it's so readily available and like that I was able to get it now, much sooner than
Yeah.
I expected I would be able to. So that's good news. But currently,
Um,
I have a massive headache. But oh well, what can we do?
like just compared to the way that this year was like complete garbage, I'm sure like um yeah, like what you were saying is a small price to pay for even an ounce of like normality. So
For real, yeah. Oh, things are looking up.
yeah.
I'm so glad because I'm tired
Yeah.
of this. What else is going on? What's been going on in your life? I mean, really, for me, it's just been vaccine and like exams. But
Oh, I
yeah.
mean, uh, I had exams. Oh, now it's like 2 weeks ago. The past week just flew by because I haven't done anything. Um,
Mm-hmm.
like I went from cramming for a week to like doing nothing for a week, so it's weird. But
Mm-hmm.
like I don't know, nothing. I don't know, nothing's really happening. I think I'm doing my interview for the OL job soon, so that's great. Um,
Ooh, nice.
I'm
Good
excited.
luck on your interview. Yeah, that's
It's
exciting. We love being employed.
yeah,
Um,
I know.
no, yeah, when you were talking about the whole like cramming and then doing absolutely nothing thing when we tried to record earlier this week, I was saying like it is so strange. I totally get what you mean, where it's like I'm relieved that I finally have time to like relax, but at the same time it's I don't know, I do you also feel the same where it's like you feel obligated to be like doing something rather than just sitting around? Like for me, I have a lot of like side projects that I want to start. So the second like vacation starts, I'm like, I know I should relax, but also like I feel weirdly obligated to just like immediately start a bunch of like side projects and like other things, you know?
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, I yeah, like I really wanted to get started on pre-recording just a bunch of like backlog episodes for my other podcast,
Mm,
and watching
mm-hmm.
movies and stuff. But like, because the reason I made that podcast was just because I wanted to do something for fun. But like,
Mm-hmm.
even the things that I find fun or enjoyable, I don't want to do. I put those off too, and then I end
Right.
up in
Yeah, exactly.
this like hole of just doing nothing. Even
Mm-hmm.
I have like a I'm just saying this for like people listening, but I have like a huge list of like music videos that have come out that I would normally watch when they come out, but I just like procrastinate on watching those, and I
Right. And
even
it's
though
like,
it's
what's
like
up
not
with
even
that? No,
a
I
hard
totally get that.
activity.
Like, I don't know
Yeah.
if this is another like side effect of quarantine or something, but like I put off literally everything, no matter if I enjoy it or not at this point. It's just like I'm not in the headspace for anything. It's interesting. This 1 year episode is weirdly sad. We're like, yay, 1 year later. And like compared to the first episode, we're both just like, I want to see the sunlight. My head hurts.
Even like I'm just running out of things to talk about because I feel like I've exhausted all of the, I guess, emotional sorts of parts. Like I've sorted out, I guess, how I feel about things. Nothing has happened
Mm-hmm.
to me because all of my friends are busy. Um,
Right.
so it's just like, what's left? There's
What's
nothing
left to
left.
say? No, I get it. Yeah, even for me, like at the beginning when like I first moved on campus, it was like, yay, I finally have like things going on that like I wouldn't say like inspire me, but at least like it's not stagnant, right? But I feel like now that I've like adjusted to all of this too, it's like back to the same stagnant thing. And it's like not even like you can go and try new stuff because we're still in the pandemic, right? So there's nothing really going on anyways. Like I can only go to Target so many times and still have it be exciting. But
That's true.
yeah.
Like the grocery store, when I first went during quarantine, I was
Mm-hmm.
super excited, but I mean, stuff is like sometimes there would be like this specific thing that I want that is out of stock, and that is like, oh, why'd I even show up? Like,
Mm-hmm.
this thing is too specific to make during quarantine. And I
Literally.
understand why they would put it out of stock, but whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Um, anyway, I thought I'd have more to say about it being the first year of our podcast, but I really don't.
I know, I
I feel
really
like it's
don't.
just
It's like
something,
I'm happy about it, but that's that. Like
yeah.
it happened.
Because it
Yeah.
never seemed like something we had to work hard on. Not in a bad way. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, like, it's fun, so I don't feel like I have to work hard on
Yeah.
it. So
It
I
just
don't
felt
feel the
very
sense of
natural.
accomplishment. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I
Um,
definitely agree. Like it's just like yeah, as you said, not in a negative way. It's just we've been doing it and it's like yeah, I don't really have any new thought to offer. Basically what you said. But it's a good thing. Yeah.
okay, for sure. Um, I
What
don't think we've
else?
ever done this before, but like, do you just want to get it to the just have like a super long question segment?
Honestly, I wouldn't mind. I was gonna say, okay, let's like shift the tone a little bit because wow, we sound sad right now. But okay, let's see.
That's
What are
true.
3 things you want to do once we're finally able to like fully go outside?
Oh man. I guess one would be eat out at the actual restaurant.
Yes.
Um,
Yes, that's the only answer. That was
like
literally like I was like, I would love to sit in a restaurant and eat at the restaurant and just like take in the like ambiance and stuff.
yes,
But
yes,
can't think of anything else. No, that's
that's
literally it. That's
great.
all I want to do. I just want to eat at a restaurant.
Um, maybe like hang out with friends, like a picnic or that sort of outdoor hangout
Mm-hmm.
situation. You know. The
Yeah.
last thing, I don't know. There's a movie I really want to see. I don't know when it's coming out, but I'd love to go to a movie theater. That would be great.
That would be great. Yeah. Yeah, basically all of the
Oh,
like
okay.
outside things that like we couldn't do for a year. Just like events, if that makes sense. Like any event type thing that's outdoors, I want to do. Also like a concert. I
Yeah.
would love to go to a concert again.
Oh my God.
Yeah, like
Yes. What
restaurants,
the heck?
concerts, maybe like an amusement park. I feel like I also would want to
Yeah.
go to one of those. Oh, that's one thing I really want to do. Yeah, once all of this is over, just like explore the area more because I had like a whole bucket list going into like college. I was like, I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna have this, and then the pandemic happened, and I was like, okay, well,
Never
never
mind.
mind. But
Yeah.
hopefully soon. I'm super spaced
Yeah.
out today. I don't know if you could tell, but
No, you're good.
yeah, no, I like it. I don't know. Maybe I don't know if it's like a vaccine thing or also like combined with the fact that I don't have any schoolwork because I'm like sick. These past 2 days just have not felt real. Like it's so far removed from my usual routine. I'm just kind of floating in my own mind, like, huh,
Would you look at that? There's time exists. That's nice.
I
It
exist.
passed.
But
Oh,
not even that. No, it's like it's
very cool.
weirdly like I don't know. I just feel spacey is the best way I could describe it. Like I don't know. I'm just like
No,
floating
yeah, I
in
get
some
that.
like weird non-existent period of time. I wow, that sounds so strange, but
It's all good.
no, this is I know what feeling this is. So actually, I was just telling one of my friends like I haven't gotten sick, like properly sick, and I'd say at least like 3 or 4 years, right? And this is like the first time I'm feeling like a cold like thing, right? After literal like years. So I'm not used to this anymore. Like I woke up this morning and it was just strange.
This is giving off like post calculus after sixth period, going to seventh period vibes. Like,
Yeah.
It's just there's just nothing going on.
No thoughts, head empty.
Honestly, exactly. Uh, I have like the question generator up if you want to
Honestly,
do
let's go
this,
for
but
it.
I
Yeah,
don't
we
know
we
what else
could
to talk about.
feel
I'm
like we could
like,
use that right now.
I'm losing it. Okay. Uh, so we are starting a premature, not premature, an earlier question segment. I don't have a song of the week, honestly. Do you have
Should
one? I
we
mean, I can
figure
come
one
up with
out?
one.
Oh God. Let's
Uh,
look at my Spotify playlist as of recent. Mm.
so many.
I've been listening to a lot of music, so
Ugh,
actually no, this shouldn't be too difficult. Um,
okay.
let's find something. Do you have something in mind?
Um, I was like, my brain defaulted to Atlantis, like Shiny's new song, but I haven't even listened
Yeah,
to it,
actually, wait, no, me too.
so
Let's go
that's
for that
probably
then. Shoot.
yeah.
I'm cool with that.
Okay,
All
that'll be our
right,
song of the week, Atlantis, by Shiny.
there we go.
Yeah, just listen to it. We haven't listened to it, so we are also gonna find out with you what the song is gonna be like. And
Oh, wait, really? Okay,
yeah, also because
cool.
yeah, like why not? Let's do that. So that's that. So if you're on Anchor or Spotify, that'll play for you, or at least a clip.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're not, we're gonna ask each other questions now
Then
because we're just
I'm
I
not a
don't
real
know.
person and nothing's happening and I'm floating through space. And so
That's true.
maybe some questions will make my brain
I
slightly
mean,
less mushy right now.
yeah, it's
All
giving me
right.
like philosophy, detachment from the self.
What?
Anyway,
Oh, yeah, yeah, there we go. That's pretty much exactly what it feels like.
okay, I do have a question.
All right, let's go.
It's basically asking if okay, if you could have an all expenses paid trip to see any famous world monument, which monument would you choose?
All expenses paid. Like I could
Hmm,
see it for free.
yeah.
Okay, wait, actually, funny enough, I had this conversation just like a couple of days ago, and I would say it would have to be I don't know exactly where it is, but whichever place is the most expensive to fly to and to stay at. So whichever monument would cost me the most, that's the one I would take for free because everything else is like okay. It wouldn't it's like a free pass, you know? So I feel like if this is like my one free pass, and like assuming I would visit the other places in my own time, if I had to choose like one place that would be paid for completely, it would be the one that would cost me the most, whichever that woman may be.
That's true. Yeah,
So yeah, that's my response. What
that
about
makes
you?
sense. Me?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I really like the concept of like art museums. Art museums are great. I think I would go see the Louvre, see the Mona Lisa.
Ooh, that's a good idea. Mm-hmm.
That would be cool.
That would be very cool.
Um,
I haven't
Not
been to a
sure
museum in
why.
so
I
long.
have
That's
no
another
basis for
post-quarantine
this,
thing I want to
but
do. Oh my goodness, museums.
as museums, honestly, they're not really crowded either. I mean, at
I
least
mean, yeah,
where
you
I've
could
been,
technically
like they're
start
never.
going. Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
But
it's just like gotta be extra safe.
mm-hmm. Yeah. Not until the summer at least.
Yeah.
Then maybe I'll start venturing out a little bit, I hope. So this is exactly what I said in March. I was like, maybe in the summer I'll be able to venture out. March as in March 2020. I was like, it'll be done by June, right?
Yeah,
But no,
I
I
guess.
think things are actually looking up, so hopefully.
Yeah,
Yeah. What age do you wish you could permanently be?
I think the age I am right now is pretty good, to be honest. Like, um, I feel like I'm at this crossroads of, I mean, I am technically like, of still being a teenager and being like a full-fledged adult to the point where I feel like there's at least a
Uh-huh.
balance of those two experiences. But also we've talked
Right,
about
right.
this before, that like people our age have such diverse experiences. Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
um,
Like everyone's doing different things.
I am following a girl that I used to swim with,
Mm-hmm.
and she got married recently. She's only like a year older than me. Um, so it's just like crazy to think that like I'm at this like crossroads of where everyone is doing everything all the
Completely
time.
different things.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
That's interesting, actually. I've no one I've ever asked this to, or no one I've ever like heard from about this question has said like this age. But now that you put it that way, I kind of like I get it. It's interesting. Um, for me, I'd probably say like late 20s. I feel like that's the generic response where it's like I feel like that's like another one of those crossroads where it's like um at least from what I've heard from others, where like early 20s are kind of where you're like figuring everything out and then like you're constantly moving, right? And then 30s is when you kind of get settled, right? Generally, I think. So I feel like
Yeah.
late 20s is like a nice balance where it's like you're finally starting to get adjusted, but you're not like settled just yet. So I don't know, maybe I'll listen to this when I'm 28 and I'll be like, this fool. But for now, that seems like the ideal age, at least to me. So we'll see.
When I turned 19 at least, that
Mm-hmm.
I'm not I'm old relative to like some people. I guess like kids, but my cousin, like I texted my cousin because she wished me happy birthday and she was like, "Yeah, you know, you're still so young. Like you haven't even reached your 20s yet." And like I put it
Mm-hmm.
into perspective of like how much longer people just live in general. And I realized that even if
Literally,
I
yeah,
turn
yeah.
20, I am turning 20 this year. It's not that old yet. Yeah.
No, yeah, I
Um,
get, I know exactly what you mean. Like to like high schoolers and like middle schoolers, and of course, obviously, like elementary schoolers and stuff. I feel like it's funny because I think back to when I was like younger, like that age, and I think like 18, 19 is like so big. It's like, wow, they're in college, right? And like even now, it's like I feel more mature than I did back then, obviously. But then like everyone else still thinks I'm like a baby. So it's just I think it kind of ties back to your response to the previous question, right? Where it's like, or wait, we're still on that question. But yeah, it ties to your response to this question where it's like, see, this is what I mean. My mind is just not present right now. But
it's
um
fine. It's fine.
where it's like we're kind of in the middle. Like, yeah, yeah. I'm doing great. Anyone who's
Yeah.
listening to this, I'm doing fantastic. Like, don't worry. Don't worry about it.
It's all good.
But no, yeah, I totally get what you mean.
Okay.
Like everyone else that's older than us thinks that we're a baby, and rightfully so. I mean, we are tiny in comparison to like
Mm.
a 40-year-old, I guess. But
It's true.
yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know.
I think also like the reason why I just feel like I'm getting older is probably just because I'm the oldest child. Um,
Yeah, that too. That too.
so
There's no one older that you can like look up to and be like, "Whoa, this is like something that'll happen eventually." Right now, it's like you are the oldest, right? So it's like there's
yeah,
that's where the bar is, I guess.
like I've never been the youngest of anything. Like all of my
Mm-hmm.
cousins, both of my parents are like the youngest children. So all of my
Mm-hmm.
cousins too are like um yeah, older than me and sometimes by a lot. So it's
Oh,
like it's
uh-huh.
weird
That's
taking
interesting.
advice or like seeing them because it's just like I'm not used to being treated as the youngest, and I feel like I have to be responsible for so many things. Like I shouldn't be like a burden
Mm-hmm.
to other people because it's my responsibility.
Mm-hmm. For me, it's kind of the opposite, but it leads to the same sentiment where it's like I'm the eldest cousin pretty much. And so there's no one for me to look up to. as I said, where yeah, I don't feel small until someone outside tells me that I'm small because I'm just not in comparison to like the other people
Sure.
near my age in my life. So it's interesting.
Mm.
I think I'm grown, but nah, I'm not.
All right. This
Yeah.
question is asking it's asking about a question. It's saying, what is the most annoying question that people ask you?
Oh, I'm not sure actually. Yeah, no, I don't think I really like can I can't think of one. Do you have an answer?
I don't know. I think I've become more I'm already like a pretty impatient person, but I think being in quarantine has made me more impatient. I'm not very tolerant to things anymore. Like I get annoyed very easily. So
Mm-hmm.
I have to like learn how to sort of rationalize that more and kind of calm down and find like
Mm-hmm.
alternatives to just fixating on like one thing. That's the thing. Like I fixate on things so much.
Right, right.
I don't let them go because there's nothing else distracting me for it to let go. But it's
Right.
just that's a me problem.
But there's no questions that we could think of that make us annoyed. I don't know if this is like a specific question necessarily, but I hate when people like put words in my mouth. Like, oh, so and so, right, Sonica? Like that really annoys me. But it's not like a specific question, you know? Yeah, for me it's not like a specific question. It's just I don't like when people put words in my mouth, as I said. Well, this one's interesting. I feel like I have a habit of gravitating towards mortality related questions. What age do you want to live to?
I don't know if this is like morbid or not, but I'm not like
Uh-huh.
afraid of dying. I'm
Oh
more so
yeah,
afraid
yeah.
of the way that I would die. Because I read a paper for class about dying, and it's by this guy named like Thomas Nagel, and Nagel was like
Hmm.
saying that there's no way to live, I guess, a quote unquote full life. Like he compared two people that um let me say this that like so one person died young, one person died as an old person
Hmm.
because there's like more potential life that they could have lived. So that's
Hmm.
why people are afraid of death because like you could have done
Of the
this
potential,
with
yeah,
your
that
life.
their life still holds. No, I totally get that, yeah. And like, okay, well, you can finish and then I'll kind of pitch in my thoughts. But
Oh, yeah, there wasn't much else that he said. I mean that like regards that is in regards to this like question, but uh yeah, basically there's no way to live a full life when you die. That's it, I guess. But for some
hmm.
reason people are afraid of something that or
Yeah.
it's yeah. I'm trying to remember the paper. I can't, but you can go ahead. I'm like
Okay, it's all good. No, no, I get what you mean though. Like, yeah, I feel the same way in that like I don't know if I had to choose an age I want to live to, I'd say like 70. I think is pretty solid. I don't want to go past that because that's when things really start breaking and I just like why.
yeah,
But no, I get that. Like I wouldn't be upset if this is super morbid, but if it had to be any earlier than that. Because as you said, yeah, I mean like once it happens, it happens. And I feel like as long as currently I'm living a life that I'm satisfied with, I'm not gonna like regret anything whenever death does decide to come, you know? So as long as I'm happy with where I'm at, I'm not really concerned about when that is. But if I had to choose, probably 70, 70 something.
yeah. Why not? I can't imagine living that long. Like what's even left when you're not physically able to do a lot of things,
Do
you
things,
know?
right? But I feel like I
Like
don't know,
what's
maybe
even
that's just
left for you
something
to
we'd
do?
like realize more once we get older. Like right now it
Yeah,
seems like there isn't anything there, but who knows? Maybe once we're 70 and like I can't hike up a mountain anymore,
for sure.
maybe I'll find other joys in life, you know?
Like retirement sounds kind of legit. Like, I mean, if you save right, you don't have to
Mm-hmm.
work at all.
Mm-hmm.
So there's like so much you could do. I mean,
Yeah, that's true.
yeah, sounds kind of chill. Not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Uh, all right. What?
One sec.
Okay, this this question. This is really a random question.
Mm-hmm.
But it asks which celebrity is the most likely to have a collection of canes that are just for show?
What? I feel like I don't know enough celebrities to
I don't.
answer that question. I literally have no clue. Like canes, like walking canes?
It just says canes. It could be sugar cane.
It could
I
be
mean, I
chicken.
don't know. True. That is very true.
I have
Um,
no clue. Oh my God, I don't know enough celebrities for this.
I don't think. I feel like I know a decent amount of celebrities, but I don't think this is even a relevant like time period question. I
I
think
know,
this isn't.
yeah. It's like who collects canes?
I didn't know that was a
No, I
thing.
feel like Robert, you know what? No,
Maybe
I choose Robert Pattinson. That man is such a wild card. I would not be surprised if that was like on the news the next day.
that's true.
Yeah.
Um, I had like so many doubts about the guy because he was just so elusive and kind of weird. But I saw him in the
But that's
lighthouse
the
and I was like,
charm.
okay, fair enough. Good for you, Mr. Pattinson.
Yeah, he's just vibing. So,
Um,
I choose Robert Pattinson. I feel like if I read that he had a collection of canes for the heck of it, I just wouldn't question it. I'd be like, yeah, sounds about right
good for him.
for him.
That's true.
Yeah.
Uh, actually, like for me, I think it might be Nicolas Cage. Like, have
Who?
you heard about the Nicolas Cage? Have you like heard about
Uh-huh.
um the weird ass things that Nicolas Cage like has?
Mm-hmm.
Um, he has like I think he bought like a haunted mansion in New Orleans. Um,
Just for funsies.
a tomb shaped like a pyramid, like his own tomb.
Okay.
Like where when he dies, he's gonna go to that pyramid tomb. Um, I think Shrunken Heads. I could be remembering that wrong, but
Interesting.
that might also be
Yeah, you know
true.
what? That the canes seem pretty on brand then. In fact, that sounds like the most
Yeah,
tame thing in the list.
it does. He's just a
Yeah.
strange guy. I think it would kind of make sense. Like he and Robert
Mm-hmm.
Pattinson are on different ends of the strange spectrum. Like you have one
Mm-hmm.
end is like calm, elusive, sort of strange, like Robert
Mm-hmm.
Pattinson, and then you just have insanity, which is Nicolas Cage. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah, I think we've created a great unit of measurement here.
On a scale of Robert Pattinson and Nicolas Cage, what kind of strange are you?
Um, exactly. But who would go in the middle? I think we need to like. I think this is an important thing
We
we
need a
need to determine.
neutral.
Strange person.
I'm not sure. Who else
And
is
this
like
isn't like
super
not in a
eccentric?
bad way, just like
Eccentric.
kind of eccentric, strange, not in a bad way. We're not like roasting these people. Um,
Oh no, in fact, the stranger you are, the more respect I probably have for you. Um, hmm.
no.
No, wait, I feel like instead of like a spectrum,
Um,
those like triangles where it's like they have like a certain thing on each end of the triangle and then like you fall somewhere
oh,
in between all of that. I was gonna
okay.
throw in Lady Gaga, but she doesn't seem like she'd fit on the spectrum. I feel like she'd be just like a category of her own.
Okay. So, all right. Like all of these people are eccentric. That's the basis of our triangle here. Um,
Yes.
okay, Robert Pattinson is one of them.
Oh, the
He's
memes
the
are gonna be
elusive,
so good for this
mysterious type of
episode.
strange. uh, and then Nicolas Cage is another point, and he's just kind
Mm-hmm.
of out there, very showy with his personality. For since
Mm-hmm.
you picked Lady Gaga, how would she be in this like strange category?
She's an artsy strange.
Okay, cool.
You know?
Yeah, I
That's
get
like the
that.
best I can contribute. I don't know. I can't describe it, but the vision is there.
Okay, that makes sense. Um, Wait, no, yeah, I thought of this just now. Like, if, like, you know how sometimes those triangle memes have like, there's like a person in between the 2 points.
Oh boy, that's a lot of thinking. I don't know who would go in between each of the
No, wait,
points. So,
I just had one. I just had one. Like, I'm not. We don't have to like,
uh-huh.
come up with all of them. Um, but I think this isn't like the actual person, but in between Nicolas Cage and Lady Gaga would be Lil
Uh-huh.
Nas X's Montero music video.
Yeah. It's like artsy
Like,
strange, but also very like grand.
yeah,
No, I see the vision. I get it. I get it.
I see the vision. It's
I
just
do
like
see the vision. Y'all can't see my face
very
right
important
now, but my
question.
eyes just like sparkled for a second. I was like, yeah, I see it.
This is very important.
Well, what has started in quarantine has now come to a non-temporary end. We are still in quarantine 1 year later, but that's okay. Um, what's the outro? Oh God. Non-temporary end. Thank you for watching. Once again, please follow us on our socials. At Armbridge Podcast on Instagram and at Armbridge Pod on Twitter. We should start posting on Twitter more often, but
Yeah, for
that's fine.
sure.
Note to self. Um, we hope you enjoyed today's episode, and we'll see you next week. Yay.
Bye.
Goodbye.